All right, hey guys, thanks for tuning in again. Now we're going to talk about the second part of my pregnancy, the last 5 months. Figured since I have him on nice and quiet, might as well, since it's still on my brain from the first video, or second video, I guess I could say, before this one, where I'm remembering everything I kind of went through. Let's go with month 6, or whatever. Month 6, I was starting to feel definitely much better. Like I said, I'm starting to eat a little bit more. In the beginning, like I said in the last video, I was really sick. I was in the hospital. I really couldn't keep too much down, especially things that were heavy. So I was on like a clear liquid diet for at least almost a month. Then, like I said, I was able to eat a little bit more. I'm getting a little bigger. I really didn't start showing really until like my 5th, 6th months. Like even when I was working, no, they didn't even know I was, they didn't even know I was pregnant until, probably, like my 6th month where I actually started showing. And then, it's like, yeah, I'm pregnant or whatever. And they were really cool about it. What I loved about that job was even though I had to stand, I could sit. They were really nice to me. I had my own little chair that they had to where I could sit down. It was comfortable. It was a kind of a rocker back chair. So that was like the perfect job for me to have. I literally did that job until like almost my 9th month. So I was blessed to be able to do that and have really good coworkers that really understood me. Like they worked around my time, the older kids. They did. They really helped. So that helped a lot. I was going to the doctor at least by this time. I'm still, I think, only going once a month. And to the high-risk pregnancy doctor. I couldn't remember at the last video the name of it. But yeah, high-risk pregnancy doctor. It wasn't until like my 7th month. I'm slowly gaining weight. I think towards the end, I think I weighed like 190. And I was like 145, maybe 150 before that. So I gained about 45 pounds with him. And it wasn't that bad to kind of shed it off, thank goodness. Then my 8th month, that's when I started for sure going at least twice a week to my doctor. So I was going once to the other doctor, once to my high-risk pregnancy, and oh my goodness, that was starting to wear me out. Plus, we're in the Vegas heat, so it's hot. I'm still dealing with 2 other kids that are in school, homework, all that other stuff. So, that was kind of tiring. Dad was working crazy hours. It was time where I had to take Dad to work at like 2, 3, 4 in the morning because one of the cars was being worked on or something. It's just, yeah, the 7th month, 8th month were a little tiring because by this point, I'm not sleeping as good as I used to. Even when I'm tired, the pregnancy pillow helped, but, back still hurt. And like I had this unfathomable back pain. Like it was just ridiculous. I couldn't, if I was laying down, I just try to scoot over. My back would hurt so bad. At this point, though, still no swollen feet. I don't think my feet became swollen until like my 9th month. Then my feet just blew up. Oh my goodness, like they blew up. And mind you, I was, still standing on my feet for work, even though I didn't have to stand as much. Coming home, having to clean, cook. I mean, I still had to do what I normally did, just a little slower. And sometimes, I would put it off, but majority of the time I was still keeping up, how I took care of things at the house, cooking, cleaning, homework, the kids, tutoring, grocery shopping. None of that stuff stopped. Like I said, cleaning up. And I'm really particular. I have a little bit of OCD to where, everything kind of has to be in its place. I don't like mess. So that got me, especially towards the end of the pregnancy, because at the end of the pregnancy, their dad, had to go working on the road, and I literally was just here with, 2 kids, pregnant, tired, and pretty much doing a lot of it on my own. Then when that last month, when it was time, He was due on the 1st of June. And they were like, well, you know, we'll induce it if you want it. We'll induce it to the 25th of May, which would have been perfect because I have an uncle that passed away. And, you know, I'd always said it'd been nice if he was born on his birthday. But Dad wouldn't have been in town by then. So I said, you know what, let's push it to the 31st. Dad will be here because I wanted him to experience that, even though he already had 2 kids before him, 2 sons. So, you know, I want him to be able to experience that. So thank God, because I thought he was going to come early a few times. But he literally stayed in there longer than he should have. And we'll get to that, because that's the birthing experience. That'll be a whole nother video. But on the 31st, they were going to induce me. I had to go in at 8 o'clock that night. Of course, didn't get there till almost 9, thanks to Daddy. But it is what it is. We got there about 9 o'clock. And they got me in, and by 10 o'clock things were getting started, and we're on the road. And like I said, that's a whole nother video or whatnot to get into, of course, because that right there, my whole new prospect on women with children now has definitely changed. You know, I used to just look at women and I always knew that we were strong. I always knew that it was a lot. But it's like now, any woman I see with kids, if I see you pregnant, my heart goes out to you, because that is not easy. Like, the pregnancy alone can be hard because there's so many things that could go wrong. You know, you're hearing about women carrying a baby to a full 9 months and the baby being born stillborn, or something's wrong, he's sick, something the doctor did. And something that I was very, very concerned with was being a Black woman, with the mortality rate of Black women versus our Caucasian counterparts is 3 to 4 times more likely. We're dying in these hospitals before and after the baby because we're not necessarily being taken as seriously as we should be. You know, they really still think that we don't need pain medicine, that don't get me wrong, we're special. You know, we have some things that others don't, but we feel pain just like everybody else. And I feel like no matter what color you are, if you're in the hospital, you just had a baby, this is traumatic. This is one of the most traumatic experiences you can go through. You literally feel like you're dying. I can't speak for everybody, but I'm sure a good majority of these, you know, labor pains are pretty much the same. Some might last longer, some may not be as extreme. Might depend on what type of medicine you had, if you get it. But it's okay, man. But in all actuality, this is a traumatic experience for any woman, you know, seriously. And to not be taken seriously when you say you don't feel good, your head hurts, your stomach hurts, you know, you feel off. Yeah, of course, you just had a baby. You're not going to feel the same. But we know our bodies, any woman. And I think that any woman should be taken very seriously. It's a shame that because of the color of my skin, it's a possibility that I could have not made it out of the hospital. I could have died. Or I could have come home and still been sick, trying to tell everybody or tell the doctors, like, it's still something wrong. And I'm saying, oh, no, it's normal. That's what you go through. I feel any doctor should, I don't care even if it's not that serious to you as a doctor or as, you know, as a practitioner, take your patients seriously, because people are dying out here. They have a whole new special on Hulu called Aftershock, dealing with this, talking about these issues that are happening with Black women who are either dying in the hospital during childbirth, or when they make it home, their aftercare isn't as top-notch as it should be. We're in the 21st century. There's no reason that we should be dying at the rate as we do as women in this day and age. It just shouldn't be. And that was a concern of mine, and I'm thankful. I want to say her name was Vanessa. It started with a V. And if I could find the name of that nurse, I'm definitely going to shout her out on here. She did great. I know I probably got on her nerves a little bit because I was in pain, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, I told her, she was a Black nurse, and I told her, like, I want to make it out of here alive. And she said, I got you. And here I am. Because she made sure that even though she might have thinking I might have been overreacting, because of course you're in labor. She took me serious enough, and here I am, able to, you know, enjoy my experience as a mother or whatnot. But like I said, the birth experience is gonna be the next video. That one to me is serious, but it's funny too. I can laugh at it a little bit now, but in the beginning, that I'm not gonna lie, I'm still traumatized. I have no plans. He's gonna be a one and doneer. I pray that that's in the plans, because I don't know if I can go through this again. But yeah, so those are the last couple of months. Like I said, those last few months were more of a breeze than the first couple. I was getting used to it. I really did enjoy being big. Like, some people are like, oh, I'm fat and I don't look cute and I'm this, I'm that. I loved every minute of my fatness, every bit of it. I wish I'd have took more pictures when I was pregnant, you know, but I really don't take a lot of pictures. I'm really not that. I take pictures of other people more than I do myself. I wish I had have, because I loved it. I felt like I glowed. That was definitely one of my most favorite parts of my pregnancy or whatnot. And looking forward to telling you guys about the next video. Until then, of course, you know, hit that like button if you like the video. Hit the subscribe button if you want to hear more. Of course, you know, he's only 2 months old, so, you know, that's the first 5 months I told you guys about already. We've gone through the second part of the pregnancy, and next we're going to go on the birthing experience and kind of what I went through. And then, of course, my stay there. I was there for at least a good 5 or 6 days for sure with him, because we had a few little complications. Once again, birth experience video. You'll hear all about that. And I'm looking forward to it. So, talk to you guys later.